Hey everyone, it's Glenn here with a 2020 Best of Games list. Mitchell was originally going to join me for this list, but due to scheduling and such, it's just me today, and I hope that's okay. Nonetheless, here are my favorite games of 2020, and I should note that these really are not in any particular order. There's some games that I really enjoyed. There's some games that I'm just going to kind of do like a shout out kind of situation. And then there's some others that I played for the first time in 2020 that are worth mentioning. Like always, I play a ton of games each year. I think looking at my running list, I completed over 90 different titles this year, which is just insane. I mean, probably nobody should play that many games in one year. So yeah, let's jump into the list. So one game that I really enjoyed, and it might be kind of strange to have this on the list because it is a port with some enhanced features, but Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the Switch came out this year and it was excellent. I was really happy whenever this was announced because it was, shackled to the Wii U, and it finally was able to get re-released on a system more people have access to. Plays awesome on the Switch. They added a decent amount of new content. They've enhanced features. It is definitely a great way to play Pikmin 3, and if you're a new fan to the series, it's also a good point to jump in. Alright, another great game that I played this year was Persona 5 Royal. Now, we kind of already talked about Persona 5 Royal in our 5 minutes till launch video that we did earlier this year, but man, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was excellent. I'm typically not the kind of person who loves really lengthy games like Persona 5. Typically, I would want a shorter game. But man, Persona 5 actually had me hooked all the way through, which was impressive. It's a very impressive feat. Especially surprising considering I did not enjoy Persona 3 at all. I played that a few years ago and was just put off by the series. I wanted to give it another chance since it looked like they fixed all my complaints with the games, and well, they did. And I really enjoyed Persona 5 Royal. If you have a PS4 or a PS5, I suppose, definitely give Persona 5 Royal a look. And then the third major big game I loved and played this year, and a game that really just encapsulates 2020 as a whole, is Animal Crossing New Horizons. This game, I believe, might be Mitchell's game of the year as well. I don't want to speak on his behalf though. But man, it's great to finally have an HD Animal Crossing game with all these awesome features, customizing your island, placing stuff on the ground. This just amazing list of features here. It really let people connect together in a time that's very uncertain. I feel like the game really gives props for that. And I think whenever we look back at the game, that's kind of what will be of note. Look forward to future videos where I'll be showing off our islands in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now we're going to the honorary mentions portion of the video. This is once again not really in any particular order. Astros Playroom is so strange to have on this list because it's just a tech demo. It was a free tech demo that came with the PlayStation 5. And I have to say, they did a fantastic job tickling not only the nostalgic bone with all these different PlayStation references that you see throughout the game, but just showing what all the PS5 can do, making an excellent kind of minor follow-up to the previous Astrobot game. It's super short. I thought it was excellent. Next up, we have 13 Sentinels. 13 Sentinels, maybe I didn't love this game as much as other people did. I know that so many say, hey, this is game of the year right here. But this one didn't exactly click for me, but I do have to say, the way the narrative all weaves together with the 13 characters and the addictive battle system, I do feel like it is worth mentioning, as well as the incredible art style. So it's definitely one to keep your eye on if you have not played. Check it out. Another weird one on this list, the Jackbox Party Pack 7. It's strange, we're up to the 7th pack now, and you would think maybe they're dropping in quality, but no, the Jackbox Party Pack 7 is actually my favorite one so far. Playing it with friends and family, they did a great job. This is the first one where all 5 games in the pack feel like they're great. They're worth playing, so I have to give them props for that. Next we have Final Fantasy VII Remake. I really don't know what to say about this. It was just an enjoyable remake of the first portion of Final Fantasy VII. They did an incredible job with the visuals, with the music to make it all very much in the spirit of Final Fantasy VII. And I'm curious to see how future installments of this remake will turn out. Next we have Crosscode. This is a indie game. I would say that it's excellent. The one thing that kind of prevented it from being higher on my list is that the dungeons kind of just drag on and on. Portions of the game, the pacing could probably have been looked at. But other than that, I mean, it is an incredible, it's almost like a twin stick Zelda game is almost how I would describe it. So please give Crosscode a look. I would recommend it, and I need to get back to playing it, honestly. This just released recently on the Switch, so I'm going to have it on this list if that's all right with everybody out there. Dicey Dungeons on the Switch is incredible. It's an excellent card dice game, whatever you want to call it. Luck is a large portion of the game, and to some people that might be a turnoff, but I don't know, I find it very addictive. I love the art style. It's a great indie game, and I'm so glad that it's on Switch. I should also point out that I typically don't play card games, so good job. And then of course we have Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Fantastic follow-up to the original Ori and the Blind Forest. Another excellent Ori game, another beautiful visual style, a fun Metroidvania game with an awesome moveset. This would probably be higher on my list, but maybe this was just me or my system, my Xbox or something. I had a lot of performance issues with the game. It kind of muddied my experience a bit, if that makes any sense at all. Now we are in the portion where I talk about my favorite games that didn't release this year, but I played this year. There's only 2 games on here. There's Yakuza 0. For the first time ever, I jumped into this series having no prior experience. I just heard great things. I remember going to the store and the cashier was like, "Hey, are these games good?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I've heard good things about them. Maybe I'll let you know if I ever see you again." Yeah, I've already played through Yakuza Kiwami. Am I saying that? I don't know if I'm saying these things right. First remake. So I have 2 Yakuza games under my belt now, and it's a fantastic series of what I played so far, and I'm excited to play more. I want to jump into 2, honestly. I love how the game mixes serious scenarios with those that are very wacky and humorous. It's a good mixture. And then finally, Control. Control released in 2019, but finally got around to it in January of this year, and man, I loved it. It feels like almost a successor to Metroid Prime and Alan Wake mixed together. It's an excellent game. I love the movement. I love the environment, all the pieces that you find, the emails, everything. It was really fantastic, and I'm looking forward to the definitive edition that releases in just a few weeks. Alright guys, there we go. That's my list of 2020 favorites. There was so much great stuff that released this year. It was hard to boil it down to just a few games, but I hope that this list will be of any help to someone out there who's looking for something to play. I'm looking forward to everything releasing in 2021. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this, make sure to check out some of our other videos. We play a lot of games together and share those experiences with you. Make sure to check them out. Thanks for watching.